What if the government could decide what you can and cannot buy with your own money? What if your savings had an expiration date, vanishing if you don't spend them exactly how and when you told? Over 100 countries are developing central bank digital currencies. It's the future. They are currently researching right now with government-controlled digital currencies. But Trump made sure it was never going to happen in America, and that is fantastic. We're talking about a debate over real freedom and real innovation, not some big brother's money. So let's talk why over 100 countries are rushing towards CBDCs while America debates a ban and slamming the door shut. First, let's be clear on what we're talking about. A central bank digital currency, or CBDC, is not like using your debit card or payment app. This is a new digital liability of a country's central bank. Think of it as a digital version of cash, but with potential for strings attached. Lots of strings. Right now, an unprecedented global shift is underway. According to the Atlantic Council, 130 countries are exploring a CBDC. Together, these nations represent a staggering 98% of the entire global economy. This isn't a fringe experiment. This is a coordinated global movement. Many of these projects are drawing inspiration from the playbook pioneered by China with its digital yuan. This is the world's largest and most advanced CBDC pilot, and it gives us a terrifying glimpse into the future they might want for everyone. With a CBDC, every transaction is recorded on a central government ledger. They could know what you buy, where you buy it, and who you buy it from. But the risk goes so much deeper than just civilians. The real danger is in features like programmable money. This technology could give the issuer the power to impose rules on your funds. Imagine this: your government wants to stimulate the economy, so they could issue digital stimulus payments that expire in 30 days. Spend it now or lose it forever. Or what if they want to discourage certain behaviors? They could theoretically program the money to be unusable for purchasing certain things, like too much gasoline or some types of food. Somewhere this could even be linked to a social credit system where your ability to transact freely is tied to your compliance with the state's agenda. These aren't just conspiracy theories. These are the very features being openly discussed and debated as possibilities in these projects. The European Central Bank, which moved into the next preparation phase for a digital euro in late 2025, is designing a system that will likely shape global norms. And even the BRICS nations are exploring ways to link their own digital currency projects to create an alternative payment system. The potential is clear. Total information and total control. It's a financial dream, a citizen's nightmare. But here the good news. The dream of total control is hitting a major roadblock. You, the people. Wherever the CBDCs have been fully launched, they have been a spectacular failure with the public. In Nigeria, the e-Naira was one of the first CBDCs to go live. The government pushed it hard, but the people wanted nothing to do with it. Adoption has been incredibly low, with one report showing that even by 2024, overall adoption was below 1%, and 98% of the wallets were inactive. Nigerians recognize the risk of a new tool of control in a country with history of financial instability. It's the same story in the Caribbean. The Bahamas launched the sand dollar, and Jamaica launched its own called a Jamdax. Both have been met with a collective shrug from the public with dismal adoption rates. Why? Because people aren't stupid. They value their privacy, their autonomy, and their freedom. When given the choice between the permissioned government-controlled ledger and the freedom of cash or other private options, they are choosing freedom every single time. This popular resistance is the single biggest obstacle to CBDC agenda. It proves that the desire for financial sovereignty is the universal human instinct. The people are saying no. And if you believe in that fight for financial freedom, if you believe that your money should be yours and yours alone, then do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button right now and share this video. We have to get this information out there because knowledge is our best weapon in this fight. But there is another side to the story, and it's unfolding right now in America. While dozens of other countries are marching towards civilian states, America is debating a completely different path, a path of freedom, innovation, and private enterprise. This isn't happening by accident. It's happening because of the seismic political movement. And while the Federal Reserve has researched a digital dollar, it has stated it would not issue one without clear support from Congress and the executive branch. That's where the fight is. President Trump has promised that he would never allow the creation of a central bank digital currency, calling it a dangerous threat to freedom. And this sentiment is backed by powerful legislative effort. The Anti-CBDC Civilian State Act is a bill in Congress that would make it illegal for the Federal Reserve to issue a CBDC directly to anyone without the explicit authorization of Congress. This bill ensures that unelected bureaucrats can't try to sneak in a tool for mass financial surveillance. The message from a large portion of Americans' elected leaders is loud and clear. America will not become a civilian state. We can lead the world in digital assets, but we must do it by championing freedom, not by copying the authoritarian playbook of China. But rejecting a CBDC is only half the battle. You can't beat something with nothing, and that's where the second part of this revolution comes in. While the CBDC ban is being debated, there is a parallel push to create the first ever comprehensive federal framework to regulating private stablecoins in the United States. Bills like the Clarity for Payment Stablecoins Act have been at the center of this discussion. So what are stablecoins and why it is so important? Unlike a CBDC, which is issued by a single government entity, stablecoins are issued by private companies like banks and other qualified financial firms. The proposed laws would set strict rules to make them safe and reliable for consumers. First, they would mandate that payment stablecoins be backed one-to-one with the highest quality of reserves, US dollars and short-term US Treasury bills. No funny business and no fractional reserves. Second, they would require issuers to provide monthly audited public disclosures of their reserves. Total transparency, this is the American way. Instead of a single monopolistic big brother currency, this approach would unleash a competitive, innovative marketplace. Think about the difference. With a CBDC, there is one singular option controlled by one government agency. They set the rules, they do the surveillance, they have all the power. But in America's proposed system, you get options. You have the freedom to choose multiple. Competing stablecoin issuers would be fighting for your business. It's the difference between a command economy and a free market. It's the difference between control and choice. So what does this future actually look like for you? Well, it's simple. Choosing your stablecoin would be just like choosing your bank account or your credit card today. Picture this. You love shopping on Amazon. Maybe they'll issue their own stablecoin that gives you instant cashback rewards and seamless one-click payments. Are you a loyal customer of Chase Bank? Well, maybe you'll use their stablecoin because it offers you better interest rates or integrates perfectly with your mortgage. Or perhaps you'll choose a stablecoin from a new fintech startup that offers enhanced privacy features. You choose what fits your life, not what the government dictates. This creates a virtuous cycle. Companies compete to offer you the best products and the best services on the market. And here's the brilliant part, because these stablecoins would be required to be backed by the US dollar and treasuries. This new system could massively strengthen the US dollar's dominance globally. As the world adopts these American-made dollar-based stablecoins, the demand for US debt could skyrocket, cementing the economic leadership for the 21st century. And political leaders have promised to make America the global hub for digital assets. And this two-part debate, banning CBDCs while unleashing private stablecoins, This is how they plan to deliver on that promise. The world is at a fork in the road. Down one path, explored by China and over 100 other nations, lies a world of CBDCs, a world with the potential for surveillance, programmability, and centralized control. It's a future where your financial freedom could become a privilege granted by a state, not a right. Down the other path, the American path being debated right now, lies a future built on private innovation, competition, and choice. A future where money is a tool of freedom, not an instrument of control. By fighting against the federal CBDC and pushing for a robust regulatory framework for private stablecoins, America is drawing a clear line in the sand. The battle for the future of money is the battle for freedom itself. And while the fight is far from over, for the first time we have a clear, powerful, and pro-freedom alternative on the table. That's innovation, that's empowerment, that's freedom. So what do you think? Are you for or against central bank digital currencies? Well, do you love the idea of having options with different private stablecoins? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's debate. And if you learned something new today, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more crypto truth bombs. And I'll see you in this video right here.